Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. For today's video, we are doing this purple glam cut crease colorful look for you today. I hope you enjoy, and let's just jump right into the video. So I'm going to start off with my eyes first. I haven't really done anything. I've just put a little bit of product in through my brows just so I've got something in there, but they're not completely done. We're going to start off with the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. So I'm just going to pat that over my lid. So I'm just tapping that on with my middle finger just all over the eyelid, and I'm going to wing out just a little bit out here because I don't know what I'm doing yet, so I don't know if I'm going to bring it out too far, but I want to make sure I've got something there just in case. So I think the first shade I'm going to pick up is Not My Journey, which is this purple shade right here. I'm going to pack that in throughout my crease. I'm picking it up on this is a Sigma Domed Utility E34 brush. If you guys don't know, I am a Sigma affiliate. I have a 10% code down below, which is just Ashley. You can use that at checkout to get 10% off. I do make a little bit of a commission off that, so just so you're aware. But your support is appreciated. But I'm just going to quickly just tap out any of that creasing that we've got, and let's see how we go. Pretty color. So I'm just going to basically pick that up on my brush and then just tap in it throughout my crease. I'm going to go a little bit higher than my natural crease. As you can see, if I relax my lid, that shadow kind of disappears. So I want to make sure that I'm bringing the shadow up just higher than my natural crease, so I make sure we can still see that purple when we do cut it later on. So again, just patting in throughout the crease so we get a really deep pigment of the shade. And I'm going to bring this shade right in to this inner corner portion as well. So as you can see, as I relax my lid, you can still see that purple color popping through, which is what we want to do. So keep taking that purple up as high as you need until you can actually see it when you have your eyelids relaxed and open. Like I said, I'm going to bring it right down into that inner corner portion as well. Once we've kind of got that half oval shape, I'm going to slightly blend out the edges. I'm really working to not blend it up too high, just literally along the edges, just so it's not as harsh. Because I'm going to use one of the lighter purples to help blend it out even more, but I just don't want there to be a harsh line at the edges. Just makes it easier when we do go in and blend it with that lighter shadow. I'm going to make sure to pack a little bit more of that on this outer corner and just deepen up a little bit more before we go in and blend out even more with another shadow. So now we have Not My Journey basically into the crease and blend it out slightly. We're going to go in and blend it out even more using the shade Therapy Sesh. It's the shade just here. It's a slightly lighter purple shade. It's really going to help to blend out this darker purple and blow and smoke the look out even more. Because we want to use this shade as a blending shade rather than like a packing on kind of crease shade, I'm going to change my brush. This is the Morphe M433 brush here. As you can see, it's got a slightly more fluffy tip and is definitely a lot bigger than the Domed Utility brush that we used earlier. So I've just picked Therapy Sesh up, as you can see, on the tip of the brush here, and I'm going to begin to blend out Not My Journey. So basically I'm holding the brush a lot closer to the bristles, and I'm just going to go over, half over the edges of Not My Journey. So just about here. And I'm going to work in little circular motions just to blend out. Wow, that is gorgeous. That's so pretty. I'm just feathering this out at the end. As I said, I don't know what I'm going to do, whether we're going to cut it or leave it. I'm not sure yet, but I just want to have a little bit of a blend. And then circular motions right over the edges of Not My Journey. I do really like to bring in the shadow right into my upper brow area here. Up to you if you want to blend it out that far, but I do really like the look of that, so that's up to you. Then I'm just going to pop back in with Not My Journey and just re-deepen up that main crease area. I didn't press record! Anyway, the next shade we went in with was Lolly Mama, and that is the shade here. It's just more of a pink shade rather than a purple. And I'm just literally tapping that on the same brush that we used Therapy Sesh with. Tap off the excess, and I'm going to use that to just buff around the absolute edges just to add a little bit of a pinky hue to the look. Doesn't add it too much, but it just gives that little bit of pinky vibe to the look. I'm going to go in and cut the crease now. I'm just using the same matte concealer we used to prime the eyes, and I'm going to be using it on a Morphe E19 brush. I've just saturated the brush with the concealer so it's nice and flat, as you can see. And I'm going to go in and cut the crease. My trick is to apply concealer along your lash line. Make sure that the concealer or whatever base you're using is fairly wet. I'm going to relax my lid and then look up and around. Just like that. And as you can see, that's given me a guide. So that's where my natural crease will form. So I want to make sure that I'm cutting that out. So then when our eyes are relaxed, you can still see that kind of lid and cut crease look, really. Just patting the concealer up to it. Just like that. So once the crease is cut, I'm going to go in and blend the concealer out a little bit here. So I'm just taking my ring finger and I'm just patting right over the edge of that concealer where it meets Not My Journey. Just so it's not super harsh, I'm going to slightly like kind of pull this way so that the shadow blends in to the concealer. Then use that same finger, I'm going to pat over the concealer on the lid. So now I'm going to go back in with the shade Not My Journey on that same bullet brush that we used earlier, and I'm going to begin to blend this in a diagonal line across the lid, just like that. So I'm just going to press along that lower lash line portion. Just like that, so it creates a bit more of like a wing look. I'm going to slightly push the shade up a little bit, just so it blends the edges ever so slightly, just like that. Then I'm going to go in with a mixture of Therapy Sesh and Lolly Mama, just a combination of those two shades on that same brush that we used, and tap off the little bit of excess as well. And we're going to blend the edges of Not My Journey on the lid as well. Next up, we're going to go in with the shade I'm In It, and it is this white shade just here. I think it has a little bit of like a pinky purple hue to it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so as you can see, it has this kind of like, has this like duochrome like pink reflect to it. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I'm going to go in with that first, and hopefully we get some payoff. Just going in with a synthetic brush. I have not sprayed this at all, but I just want to see if we can get some pigment payoff. Oh yeah. I'm going to go back in with Lolly Mama only this time on that same brush. And we're going to work that over the edges and blend into I'm In It. I'm going to go back in with Not My Journey and just re-deepen up. This kind of cut wing that we've got going on. This is the Sigma Exact Blend E32 brush. I'm just going to take Therapy Sesh only and work that along the edges here. I'm going to get this eye caught up and I'll be right back. Okay, so once we've got the blending down pat, I'm actually feeling a little bit of glitter. What do you guys think? I'm feeling a little bit of glitter just in this white portion here to really make this eyeshadow look pop. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go in with a glitter that I haven't used before. This is the Glitter Injections Cotton Candy Glitter. So it's like a, whoopsies. So it's kind of like a white glitter, but it has some purpley reflex in it. I think it's going to look really, really cute, but I'm just going to aim to get it just along that cut and fade in to the pink. This is the Glitter Injections Glitter Glue. This is what it looks like here. And I'm just going to use this because I like how it's got this paddle. So it means I can get really, really precise. So I'm first going to take the paddle and I'm just going to place it right along this front portion. I'm going to place the tiniest little bit onto a brush as well. I'm going to place my brush and I've got a little bit of the glitter there. I'm going to go back in with a little bit of blending shade and blend the glitter in a bit. So now that we've got the glitter on, I'm going to go in and apply my base makeup. I'm going to do foundation, powder, everything else, and we'll come back and we'll finish off the eyes. So guys, my audio stuffed up for the rest of the video, so we're just going to do a voiceover. But as you can see, I've got the rest of my base makeup on and we're just going in with a very thin line of liquid liner. This is the Stila liquid liner. It's really great. Highly recommend. I've also popped on my lashes. The lashes that I used are the Chloe Morello times Isla collaboration. I'll leave them listed down below if you wanted to check them out. We're going to move on to the lower lash line. I'm just going to begin to go in with Lolly Mama and I'm just going to run that really sloppily basically along the lower lash line and blending it right down to my kind of first bag area. Really roughly, I just basically want to have that nice pink hue in the bottom lash line, tied in with the outer corner flick and also the rest of the eye look basically. Then I'm going to take Therapy Sesh. I'm just going in with a small kind of more fluffy packing brush if you will, and I'm just going to run that along the lower lash line as well, just to give it that purpley hue. And then with a small angled brush, I'm going in with Not My Journey. I'm just going to stamp that right along the lash line to define the lashes. Then I'm going to apply the NYX Jumbo pencil in Milk to my lower waterline just to brighten them up and apply some mascara as well to the bottom lashes. And then I'm going to make sure to blend in my natural lashes with the false lashes just with a little bit of mascara as well. For highlighter, we're going in with Becca Moonstone. It is a beautiful highlighting shade, especially for fair skin. I'm using a Mecca Cosmetica highlight brush to apply that. I'm also going to go in with a bit of Unicorn from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dream Glow Kit just to add a little bit of that pinky purpley hue to the highlight to really tie the look together. I'm going to bronze up my face just a little bit more. I'm using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer in Milk Chocolate and I'm just going to touch that along the perimeters of my face. For blush, I'm going in with this Tarte blush palette. I'm taking a mixture of Doll Face and Smashing, and I'm just going to be applying that kind of towards the back of my cheekbone area to blend into the highlight. I'm going to take a little bit of clear brow gel. This is just from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm really going to focus on brushing my hairs up to make them nice and bushy. For lips, I'm going in with MAC's lipstick in Blankety. It's a really pale nude color and I felt like it would really complement this look. Not too pink and not too peach. It's like the perfect nude shade for me. I'm going in with a little bit more of Opal and Dream highlights that I use on my cheekbones, and I'm just going to be applying that to my inner corner and also my brow bone because I completely forgot to highlight my eyes. So guys, that is the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave me a big like, thumbs up, subscribe down below before you leave, and I'll see you all in my next video. Mwah! Bye guys.